welcome back. Or if you're new, how's your week? But mine's been good. I'm wearing a Tetris shirt and Dr. Pepper hat. And today we are doing a book review on Stephen King. It's a large print edition. Mr. Mercedes. I gotta say, Mr. Mercedes was a pretty good book. I just want to get Lincoln in the background, honestly. That's why I moved the camera. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like 650 pages, and it's the first book of a trilogy. And it starts out with these people. They're basically in a line, like a very long line, like the longest line you'll probably ever see in your lifetime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just having a great day. And basically, they want to get jobs. They're basically like in the Great Depression, although it's like 2009 or 8, somewhere around like Obama's like early term, I think, first term by the way as well. And yeah, they're basically. And then this guy's talking to this girl that he just met, I think, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think he had kids or something, and like we got a divorce. It's sad." And while they've been waiting there for who knows how long, a while, now take a guess. Some lights just appear. Like they're stuck too, basically. There's like a group that can barely even move because they're like that cramped. Yeah. I do like the cover. It's pretty cool. So I got an example here, and I think it's gonna be stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm kind of laughing about it because I don't because he has a Mercedes, the killer, the name. So all these people are here enjoying their time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're having a blast. We're having a great time. And this vehicle, the driver just like just runs them all over, and the driver's in there. Let me pick these guys back up. It's so dumb when I was. I mean, no, it was my example was stupid. I can't lie, but I wanted to do it because I thought it'd be hilarious. Um, yeah. So he kills, and he also kills another dude. Hold on. And oh, by the way, this guy gets even worse because he's like get ran over multiple times. So yeah, I literally used a dog to be the car, but I don't got no vehicle, so sorry. So yeah, he basically kills everybody there, or a good amount of people at least, and we go to the main character, Bill Hodges, a retired cop who basically is playing with his dad's gun because he wants to basically, but he was watching TV and he's watching like these women fight or something. And then gets a letter. He's like, I'm Mr. Mercedes. Some people call me a joke about Mr. Mercedes. It's my favorite name of all time. I have so much fun running all those people over, but I only want to do it once. After I get the pleasure of doing it once, I don't want to do it ever again. I want to do something else bad. So are you gonna try and find me? You failed. You tried years ago, but you failed. Your partner, P, is on the case, and he ain't helping much either. So basically, you're screwed up. Come find me. And I know you play with your dad's gun, buddy. Why don't you go ahead and like do it? All right, goodbye. Yeah, so he's like, oh crap, now I gotta get out of retirement to get this guy. Oh, he says, oh, I gave you a login, by the way, Kermit Frog, 19 something. Bye. No, that's the actual bye. So he talks with Pete, and he's like, Pete, do you have intel on some people? He's like, yeah, we got this one dude. He's been kidnapping kids or something, or doing bad things to them, like women and stuff. But we don't have very much on Mr. Mercedes yet. Oh, okay, that sucks. And then he like goes to a park of some trolls. That's what they're called. They're like bullying somebody, and then he just beats them up. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you want to fight? Yeah, let's go. Okay." Okay, he didn't act like that, but he did like I think punch one of them, and the other two didn't mess with him. And then they're like, "We'll get you," and then I don't even think they ever appear ever again in the book. So thanks for lying. Thanks for lying. Oh yeah, we're gonna see a quick cameo of you in the book too, aren't we? Aren't we? Yeah, we might see him in the book too. And then you got this one dude, Brady Hertfield, and he's the ice cream guy. He's like selling ice cream. You know, here, Jerome, have some ice cream. I know you like it. Here, kid, have some ice cream. And then they're like playing with him, and he's like, "Oop, got your nose." And then the kid starts crying, and then flipped him off. But that's not the main thing about this guy. He is actually Mr. Mercedes. I'm sorry, I'm just being dumb, really dumb, or at least goofy. Yeah, but he's the killer. But he works at his ice cream place. He's like, I gotta go. I gotta make a poison burger, basically. Something to poison Ollie. I'll take that, Mr. Hodges. And he also lives with his mother. And his mother's not a very nice lady, I guess, but she's not like abusive, if that makes sense. So yeah, Hodges Bill goes and meets a girl like named Janie or something, and she says Mrs. That her sister Mrs. Thorns got a note by Mr. Mercedes saying, "You let me take the valid key or the spare key, so I could drive and kill all those other people. You're a murderer, so I'm gonna probably, say bye to life soon." And she actually does that to herself. But before she did that, Pete and Bill interviewed her, and she's like, "Man, I'm very tired. I already explained it once." And they're like, "Yeah, can't stand this girl." But Janie's like, "You'll help me, right? But I can't trust the other cops. I can trust you, though." He's like, "Okay." So yeah, he gets on the app. I don't remember what the app was called, though. But the app is like, it's kind of like Discord, but I don't think it was Discord. You basically, it basically says, "Hey, Kermit Frog 19 wants to chat with you. Will you?" And you can hit yes or no. And sometimes they're like, and then Hodges is like, "You're not really the Mercedes. They found it because the guy who was doing the other crimes, the crimes that Pete had mentioned, said he was guilty on all of them." And he's like, "That guy's a liar and an idiot. You're an idiot for believing that too. Stupid." So yeah, he has that burger, and then one day he's like, "All right, let's do my evil plan." His mother ate it, and he's like, "Oh no, no!" And she's like, "Call 911." So he tries to help her, but she dies, and he's like, and then she like, yeah, she dies, obviously, but he's like, "Dang, I'm sorry." But rather than like just bury her in her backyard or something, he just like leaves her body in the basement. I'm pretty sure. And we talk about his brother Frankie. This is Brady's side of the story. So basically, parts of the story flip back from the cop Bill to the villain or the Mr. Mercedes Brady Hartsville. And yeah, and it explained that Frankie was eating an apple, like a piece of apple, but they couldn't get it out of his he was choking on it, and they really didn't, and his mother really didn't help him. So basically, he got out of the hospital with like brain damage, and he was like playing with his toy car, toy train, and then he broke his neck, and the mother grabbed a pillow and basically said nighty night. Yeah, basically ended his yeah. What a lovely family Brady's certainly got. Yeah. Wink. Wink. It's not pretty at all. It's actually a terrible family. and he hears on the radio that, oh, this band, this very popular band's coming close to this town. He's like, ooh, yeah, I could definitely do some damage there and hurt a lot of people. And Mr. Hodges has it figured out. But actually, since my mother's dead, I'm gonna blame it on him. Which, you're an idiot, Mr. Mercedes. Brady's an idiot. That was your fault. You literally poisoned the burger. And you could say, no, it's his fault. Whatever he's thinking, he's got no excuse. He just doesn't want to take credit or responsibility. So basically, he's like, oh, okay. They go to the funeral. Janie and Mr. Bill Hodges, and they were like, kind of in love. They were, and they go to the funeral like 2 days in a row because he's like, if there's any chance that guy's there, the killer, then we gotta take a chance and go get him. And one day, the second day, Janie's there at, I think it was actually the funeral of the girl, Mrs. Thornge or whatever. And they go, and he gave her, he's like the main character Bill. He's like, here you go, have my hat, have my cop hat, or she takes it or something. And then the car explodes, and she's dead. And Pete and his new like partner to help the case and investigate Bill, like ask him some questions, and he answers them. But he's like, but for some reason he goes around and he goes to where Brady lives. Looks on the computer, the timer's running down, and they're like, no, turn it off. It might wipe away all the data. But where is he? Oh, he's not there. He left. He's at a hotel planning his plot, and it's to have a bomb or something to blow up the whole place. So they go over there. So when they discover it's him, they go over there. But some other characters, I don't know, I don't remember who they were. They actually found another person who was having extra bombs there at like a store, at like a flower place. So yeah, good for them. They capture them, but not Brady yet. Mr. Mercedes is still out there. They go to the concert, and I'm pretty sure Bill has a heart attack because yeah, he's kind of he's a fat guy. No offense, but the book everybody in the book says it, so no, I'm not calling him skinny because that's just a lie. And yeah, so then Jerome and Holly have to go and stop them. And Holly and Jerome has been like with him and have been helping him out, but I haven't mentioned them really at all. So yeah. So yeah, and apparently, I think it was Holly. She got bullied by a boy named Mike. They called her names at the school, so she moved. It wasn't a good name though. So yeah, and they go, and then they stop Brady. They basically knock him out or whatever, and they defuse the bomb, and the day is saved. Hooray! And the mayor is like, "Great, we're so grateful you saved those people's lives. Yeah, good job." And then the last thing is, oh, by the way, Bill is okay. The killer wakes up from the hospital. He's like, "Oh, where's my mom? Mom, are you there?" And that's the end of the book. It's good, but I got a few issues. One, why did they let this guy live? No offense, I would not let this guy live. That guy would have been a goner, the killer, the main villain. Two, um, some of the writing is like very, very long. Like, like it is cool because we're getting like every detail, but it's like too much. If that makes sense, it's like, oh, the TV was playing at this specific time. The way he wrote his book, the letter, it's like Do I need every, like, King, do I need every single detail? You don't gotta give me every single detail, man. I mean, I'm not saying it's like an issue, but you don't gotta give me every single frame or every single detail in the history for the story. That's like all of his books. No offense, but I don't need this over details that he's given. I'm not saying it's like annoying or like frustrating, but it is an issue. But it's not like an awful thing. Like it's tolerable. Another thing. Um, what does Pete really do? I mean, his they don't do anything. They started out doing something and then they just didn't. Also, why didn't Bill not take out the main villain? No offense, I didn't want to see Jerome and Holly defeat him. No, I wanted to see Bill defeat him. I mean, that would have made more personal because Brady killed, you know, basically a girl he was in love with. But Brady thinks that Bill killed his mother. So had they fought, it would have just made more sense. Might have been a little cliche, but still. Um, and I just feel like it's kind of obvious that it's Brady. Like nobody, it took. No, wait, that's not what I mean. It feels like they just figured out it was Brady, and there's not really like a good explanation on how they figured it out. They're like, oh, that's that guy. Oh yeah, and then they give us like a weak excuse or a weak reasoning to how they figured it out. I don't care. I thought it was weak as heck, and I feel like, I mean, had they discovered all the stuff on his computer, yeah, I would understand it. It would have been better, but they didn't, and then they figured it out. What? Come on. Also, it could have been a good detective story if we didn't know the killer. I'm not saying I'm mad or it's bad that I already know who the killer is, but I feel like they could have taken it a different way, and I was just kind of suspecting like a not knowing who the killer was, but they basically told you pretty quick, like early in the book, which is to some it could be a disappointment. I mean, it could have, they didn't need to, but they didn't ruin the book. So yeah, honestly, I'd give it a solid. I don't know, it was pretty good. I'd give it like a 8.3 out of 10. Yeah, it was good. I recommend it. And that example earlier was ridiculous, but I had a fun time doing it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.